To start off, we'll talk you guys through what is exactly going on with the controller system. In this controller system you have the transmitter, the receiver, the microcontroller, and then you will also have the PWM-H bridge motor controllers. So let's start with moving the thumbsticks on the controller. When you move the thumbstick on the controller, it is an analog input, analog being in real time, and it's not a 0 or 1, a binary, a digital signal. It's real world, it's analog. So what happens as you move those thumbsticks is the transmitter converts that into some sort of digital signal, which is then transmitted via the 2.4 gigahertz frequency to the Turnigy receiver. You can see that here. And what the receiver does is it basically takes that information, it decodes the data, and it converts it into digital multi-channel PWM signals. You can see 4 of the signals here. So after those are converted, what happens is the Arduino Mega, right here, reads the PWM signals from the Turnigy receiver, and then measures the width of the pulses. So for channel 1 it'd be here to here, and then it determines the pulse width. So it could have a minimum pulse width of 1,000 microseconds, a maximum pulse width of 2,000 microseconds. And then after it measures those pulse widths, it converts it into a relative position with an algorithm, so fancy word for mathematical computation, into the relative position of the thumbsticks on the controller. So if we're reading 2,000 microseconds on, say, channel 3, I know that the thumbstick, the right thumbstick, is all the way forward. If we read 1,000 microseconds on channel 3, I know that the thumbstick is all the way back. So we take that information. If it's all the way forward, we set the PWM motor driver, which is this component here, to forward by setting 4 of the pins accordingly. And then we also set the speed. So if it's all the way forward, we want full speed. Full speed would be 255 for the PWM output on the Arduino Mega. So after the PWM signal is set and the direction of the motor is set, the motors will turn on and rotate, and then the user will notice the tank responding and adjust their thumbsticks accordingly and return back to step 1, where they move the thumbsticks because they want to go somewhere. The radio transmits it. This picks it up. The Arduino Mega decodes it, and then that decoded information is turned into a function call which says motor run in this direction at this speed. The motor turns on and runs in that direction and that speed, and then we return to step 1.